guys, so we're starting on a new journey. I'm very excited about it. And if you missed the live stream, I just got done doing a live stream. So what I revealed on there is that we are doing a no buy. And I talked about on there 3 things. And so we're gonna condense that down. If you missed the live or you don't wanna see all the Q&A and the live, faux pas that happen, that's the struggle with live. But anyways, we talked about 3 things. Number 1, what is a no buy? What does that mean? Number 2, why am I doing a no buy? Like, is it shopping addiction? Is it like, why are you doing this? Are you having a problem? And number 3, what was the 3rd thing? Oh, my specific rules and what we are sticking to. So first of all, a no buy. I've been seeing on YouTube lots of these no buy or no buy year videos or channels. There's whole channels dedicated to this. It seems like the majority of them are more geared towards people who have kind of fallen down the rabbit hole of the beauty community, just your typical consumer, but through watching the videos, they really just started mindlessly spending on makeup. Maybe ended up with racks and racks or drawers, like a makeup artist or collector size collection, but they're just an average consumer. And they're realizing, like, I have all this makeup and there's no way I'm gonna be able to go through this. They weren't intending to be a collector. So these people are documenting their no-buy experiences. They're asking the community for accountability. People are joining in. I think it is so inspirational and motivational to watch these. Yeah, so that's kind of what it is. A no-buy is like you realize an area, maybe you're mindlessly spending, or you just feel like you're spending too much, or maybe you're trying to get out of debt. People are not spending, they're not buying in these areas for their goal. So that's what a no-buy is. So that's what I'm gonna do. And my husband said yes, so we're gonna do it. It's official. Number 2, next thing I said we were gonna talk about is why I'm doing it. So I don't personally have any like specific area that I feel I have like an addiction to shopping or like I'm mindlessly buying. I did fall down that rabbit hole in the beauty community like 5 years ago, but I haven't been in it for a long time. And I don't have a beauty channel. I don't need to have an excessive collection. But there was a time that I was learning what I liked on myself, and kind of figured that out. And I just want to keep it minimal, just keep what I can use, moderate amount of time before it expires. Same thing with like clothing. I try to invest in pieces that I feel like are good. I'm gonna get good use out of. It's tough though. Sometimes you buy things kind of, you walk into Target, you buy something and you realize it's not exactly, it just doesn't suit what you thought it was going to. Maybe you didn't really try it on there. You tried it on at home quickly, took the tags off too soon, and then, what I'm wanting to do is cut out any of that. I'm going to give you guys all my rules in a minute here, but no beauty, no clothes, no purses, no accessories, no buying for 3 months is my goal. I want to see how much we could save in 3 months trying this out. I didn't want to just try it for 1 month because a lot of people were talking about how if you do too short of a no buy, then there's kind of the, when you've been without something for a while and then all of a sudden you have it again and you like want to get all the things you're missing out on. It's like too short of a time. Plus, I want to be able to save up for my goal, which we're going to talk about in a second. So we're going to be cutting out specifically my problem area, or I shouldn't say my problem area. It's just an area that I feel that we're needlessly spending. It's an area we could easily control, and that is eating out. You guys, I've done videos before about my grocery budget and how I do that, and we're doing fine on my grocery budget. But since being sick, with the kids sick and my husband and I sick, I'm finding that we eat out, like during that period, obviously, we were eating out more than normal. If you just look back the past few months and you realize how much you spend on eating like just dinner, just getting takeout Thai food for my family of 6, even making the rice at home and not like buying the rice there, you're gonna spend like $50 plus where we live. It could be different where you live or your family size and stuff, but it really just hit me. When you add up $50, let's say $100, okay, times that by, let's say $100 a week, you did 2 dinners out, or maybe like it was a lunch and a dinner, of the whole week. Not even to mention coffee out, which is also we're going to cut. If you took $100 a week, that's $400 a month. Times that by 3 months. You see where I'm going here? So, my idea, our goal here, is to do a no-buy for 3 months and save. A lot of people with their no-buy goals, a lot of people are trying to get out of debt, and I think that is an admirable goal. It makes complete sense. And the whole thing about debt, and it's just like a spiral, and it can get people, it gets you upside down. And honestly, at a certain point, it gets so crippling that I would never wish that for anyone. For us personally, we don't have debt other than our mortgage, so that's not what I'm going to be working on. However, those of you guys who are subscribed, you would know that we went on a trip for our 10-year anniversary this past year, so during 2019. In October, we went on our trip to Europe, and we saved for that trip for Europe since 2018, so it's like since the previous year. But when I really started researching, planning it out and thinking how much it would cost, not just like imagining, because I thought it was going to cost thousands and thousands of dollars for a ticket, let alone the whole thing. And when I realized, okay, so this is how much it would cost, what would it take to get us here, and we started saving, you just have to give it time. Just give it once you divide it out, figure out how much it's going to be, figure out how far you need to divide it out for it to be comfortable or reasonable, and then make the adjustments so that you can do that and it's not too big of a strain. And you can do these big, huge things. You can pay off debt. You can pay off a car. You can buy, I don't know, you could buy your kid a new bed, or you a new bed, or it's amazing. It's amazing what we can do when we put our mind to something, even if it's not like an extreme something. I've just been thinking about it so much, and last year it really showed me how much we could do by consciously making decisions specifically about our time and money, like our resources, So our big goal, I mentioned the travel. So our big goal for 2020, I've got a few goals, but one of my big goals is I want to do another trip. I just find that it's so important for my husband and I. It's just to have a little break, to like recharge, to talk, to confide in each other. I just really think that for our stage in life, where we're at now, like I said, our only debt now is our house, our mortgage, but a trip. It's something that I want to do. It's a goal that I have. And I thought, when I started calculating how much I'm mindlessly spending, my husband and I, how much we mindlessly spend on just little bits here and there, maybe $15, getting something for the kids while we're out. And we could just have the self-discipline to go home and make it from scratch with our grocery budget, to make a determination to stick to the meal plan, to not deviate. If we could do that for 3 months in that area, and then also the other areas I'm going to mention, if we could do that, we could pay for another trip. And I think we can do it. We might even be able to save up more than just for that one trip. And I want to try it out, you guys, and I want to see how it goes. I want to bring you guys along with me. Give it a thumbs up, you guys, if you like this idea. I know we probably don't have our comments section back. It's a constant struggle. However, I am excited about this. My husband's excited about this. He even gave me he said, if we could do this for a year, can I start taking flight lessons? My husband's always wanted to learn to fly helicopters. And I'm like, yeah, if we can do that for a year, you can do it. You could take a flight lesson or a few flight lessons. But when you really think about that, flying a helicopter, that's a pretty big thing. Like taking flight lessons, that would cost hundreds of dollars. But how much do you spend on coffee in a year? Could you master coffee at home? Or maybe you love coffee and that makes sense for you. But is there something else that you mindlessly spend money on that you could cut out, where you could actually do something big you've always wanted to do? That is exciting to me. Could you possibly cut back your work schedule instead of being 4 days a week to 3 days a week? where maybe, let's say you pay for less childcare, but you get to be with your kids a whole nother day. And what could you do during that day if you made some changes in, see where I'm going here? See where I'm going? It's exciting how much we can really regain the control of our own lives by choosing just where we spend our dollars, where we spend our time. So that's one of my goals. It's an anniversary trip with my husband. Another goal I kind of alluded to, but I want to make at least a full mortgage payment in the year. I think that's very reasonable, maybe even something bigger. I haven't fully grasped that whole thing. But they say if you make an extra payment to your mortgage, you can pay it off 5 to 6 years sooner. So I haven't done the math on our particular mortgage to figure that out and where we are, in the years in and everything. But if I could pay it off 5 to 6 years sooner by making just one extra payment in the year, that makes sense. So I think I should pay some towards it. And then my third thing that I want to do, even before the mortgage payment, is I want to go on a family vacation. Family bonding, all the kids, Joseph and I, not necessarily out of the country, and also my parents. A whole family, together. I think that would be so much fun. That is just, yes. It seems unattainable because that's, I'd have to get a place big enough for 8 people for a week, and that's going to be expensive. But we need to be making these memories. I don't mean everyone has to be doing this, but we as a family, we need to be doing this. And it's exciting, and it is totally, for me, I can cut out, I hope, I can cut out these things for a few months, try this out, see how it works, see how much we can actually save and how much of an impact this could make and what we could do. What are the possibilities, So I hope some of this motivation is translating here. If you guys are in a similar place, whether you're in debt, whether you're in an exact same spot as we are. I love this whole no-buy idea. And let me get into the specifics. So the specifics that I have for our no-buy is it's going to start in January. Right now, when I'm filming this, it's actually December. So when I got my husband on board is basically exactly when we started the no-buy, because I didn't want to be one of those people who, let's do a no-buy, and then we have to prepare for our no-buy, and then we're going to buy things before it starts, because then that's defeating the point. So we're not buying now. We're already on our no-buy, but I'm going to start documenting January 1st, if that makes sense. So rules of my no-buy. So these are things we are not allowed to buy at all for 3 months. Makeup, cannot buy makeup at all. Only exceptions here will be if, for instance, my foundation were to run out, I could replace it with something affordable. I'm going to be accountable. So if I buy anything other than the allowances, I'm going to write these out. If I buy makeup, I'm going to write out what I bought and how much I spent. And I'm going to share that with you guys at the end of this. Or my mascara. They say you're only supposed to use a mascara for 3 months. Well, we already started our no-buy and we're going to do it for 3 months, so I might have to buy a mascara. I should, So if I buy a mascara, I'm going to tell you guys. I'm going to write it down and I'm going to keep track. But I'm not going to mindlessly buy multiple mascaras just because I've got them recommended or, you know what I'm saying? No soap, bath body products. Nope, cannot buy those. I have some. I have a bin in my garage of extra face wash. I have an extra body lotion. I have extra shampoo and conditioner. Some of those are probably running a little bit low, like hand soap, for instance. But if we run out of hand soap, I'll allow us to buy a replacement if there's no backup at all. Even if it's one I've had in there that I'm over the scent of, you got to use it up before you can replace it. And you can only replace the one that has run out. No buying backups, none of it. You can just replace. Skincare, same thing, no buy. And if I do buy any of it, write it down. Cleaning products, same thing, no buy. Can only replace if I cannot even DIY a replacement. So toilet bowl cleaner, I know I think I just ran out of that. So I'm going to try making my own with tea tree oil, baking soda, and some soap. I think I can do it, a cleaning concentrate. And then if I eventually have to buy some, if it's not working out, then I'll just make a note, and that'll be like a replacement by one. Next thing is clothing. No clothing. No clothing. If it's kids stuff, and like I know already right now, Carter needs some new shoes. The only ones that fit him right now are pretty tight. And he's my oldest, so there's no hand-me-downs coming. So I do know I need to get shoes for him. Same thing. I'm going to allow you guys. My camera totally cut me off on that one. But where I left off was about the kids' clothes. We are going to allow replacements of, you know, their items, but not of adult stuff. So I think that could definitely save a lot. I'm not sure if I'm going to need to like unsubscribe from newsletters and things like that, but I really think that it would be a good idea. I think I am going to go ahead and do that, just because if the temptation's not there, it's just going to be so much easier to just cut it out. You know what I mean? If I'm not getting like a daily reminder from Sephora and Target and, you know, my favorite like online retailers, then that'll make it easier. I think we've pretty much covered the things I'm not going to be getting. The clothing, I'm not going to be getting plants. The exception is the spring bulbs or garden. I don't know if it cut that out or not, but we will allow like seeds for my garden, like vegetable seeds, and some flowers, bulbs, things that I already had planned for our garden for springtime. Within reason. I'm going to have to report everything I spend, so, you know, gotta be good. No electronics, no accessories, jewelry, no handbags, no stationery. This is gonna be an adventure. It's gonna be like how it used to be when my husband and I were first together. This is how our budget was. Okay, now getting into things that are allowed. This is a huge one. First of all, groceries are gonna be allowed, because obviously if we're not eating out, where are we eating? We're gonna try to eat on our food storage, so like our pantry storage. I'm gonna try and make some meals with things that I have just around that I don't want to store. I need to use that stuff up first. And then I'm gonna stick to my regular grocery budget. Honestly, I do really well with our grocery budget. If you're curious about that, I'll put a video up here. It talks more about it. I basically use Jordan Page's method of $100 per person in your family. So if you had 4 people in your family, that'd be $400 a month, divided by the 4 weeks in the month, $100 a week. Or for us, 6 people, $600 a month. We spend a little bit less than that. I do a little bit less than that divided. But I'm gonna stick to that. The thing is, right now, we're technically cheating because we're not just eating at home on that budget, and that's what it's intended to do. So the eating out, it's gonna make it more difficult on me with the budget, but I wanna keep where that budget is and then just cut out the eating out, and that's where our money savings is gonna be. So my grocery budget is not gonna like expand, and then this money that we could be saving is now gonna go into, no. We're going to be allowed the same grocery budget, and the eating out's just going to go. Another area that I'm still going to allow, I'm not going to be changing, is our donations. It's important to me, especially since we're not on we're not trying to get out of debt. It's important to me that I keep contributing towards, my charitable donations, the things that are really important to me that I think make a difference. Disaster relief, being able to provide Bible-based education worldwide in languages, like all languages, that is very important to me, and so I'm not going to be changing that for the challenge. One thing that was making me a little uneasy about the idea of doing a no-buy, like we have 4 kids, and I don't want my kids to feel a huge, I don't want it to feel like a huge burden or embarrassment or something doing this no-buy. I didn't want them to feel awkward about it or feel like, obviously I said we're in replace clothes, so that whole thing would be fine. But then I started thinking, what about like craft supplies? Like that's something that we do, that I do specifically with the kids to bond with them. It's like our special time. We paint, we draw, we color, we read. So I'm still gonna leave a budget in there for like refilling, like if we run out of paints, or paper, specifically paper I was worried about, just because I know how much paper we have. I think that's part of it too. I'm still gonna leave, I'm wanting to say about $100 a month for kids' toys or replacement crafting type stuff. So I have 4 kids, so when you divide that out, it's only $25 per month per kid. So it's still gonna be tightening it, I think. It's still gonna be, the thing is, it's not one of those areas that I feel like we overspend on. So I'm not too worried about it, but since I'm going to be recording everything that we spend on, I'm going to be able to know where we're at and know how feasible that is. And I'll be able to report back to you guys and how that went. If we can save more, like if we can not spend the $100 in that month, we won't. But I just felt like that was a good number, and at this point I think that makes sense. I don't want to completely cut off being able to buy things for the kids. You know, the trip is for my husband and I. I don't want them to feel anything about it. I just want them to eat at home and be happy. Gifts, I'm still going to be purchasing, like, I know we have a baby shower coming up. I'm still going to get her a gift. It would be different if we were trying to get out of debt. I'd be trying to do something else helpful to help with that, like with the baby shower. But since we're not, I'm still going to be getting a gift. Same thing with a wedding. I'm still going to be getting gift for those things. And then the last thing I had in here is just something I wanted to mention that's going to affect my no-buy. But I just want you guys to be aware. Being a YouTuber, like this is what I do for work now. Like my hobby turned into a job. And you guys know that I work with different brands we've used for years, brands that have reached out to me. I've tried their stuff and I've promoted them. I'm still going to allow brands to reach, like, obviously they're going to reach out to me because you guys know my email, but I'm going to still allow brands to send me things. If a makeup brand that I love, like let's say 100% Pure, I've worked with them in the past, they've reached out to me and said, hey, we'd love to send you a few things to try. Like that was how it originally started, I feel like. Although did I start as a customer first? I can't even remember. I've loved them for so long that I don't know. But for instance, when they've said in the past, we'd love to send you a few things, or we have a new launch, can we send it to you? Or can you pick the things from the launch that you would like? I've said, yes, please. And I've picked the things I wanted and they've sent those. It's been a while since we've done that. I don't do very much beauty, content on my channel, like makeup. But if that happens during the no buy, I will still, yes, I will say yes. Because I think it's important that I say that, so you guys know. I still will have things coming in that I haven't purchased, but the point of my no buy is to not be spending on these areas, on eating out. So if that makes sense, I'm going to try to have minimal impact to my job here. And at the same time, I'm still going to be sharing things with you guys. So if we have things we've been using, or if a brand reaches out to me that I've never tried, and then I try their product and I'm like, yes, I would like to work with you, and this aligns the things that you're looking to promote. I've tried them, yes, I like them, and it fits with some content that I would like to make. Maybe it'll fit in a Productive Monday. I'm still gonna try those out and share them with you guys and use them, even if I haven't purchased them, if that makes sense. You guys know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. It's a no buy to save money for these goals. But I just want to mention it because it will affect it, especially if you're following along. Yeah, I just wanted to share that and be totally transparent with you guys. And same thing with, I guess with our photography business. I can't see that we're needing to update anything specifically, but if I need to buy, let's say flowers for a specific shoot, I will have to buy those. I probably am not going to report that business's expenses on things that I've spent. You know what I'm saying? I'll have to think about that one. Anyways, you guys. Anyways, you guys, you understand what I'm saying. At least I hope you do. I feel like I've talked myself in a circle, but I just wanted to be transparent with you. And then the last thing that I have on here is books. I put down that I wanted to allow myself to purchase one book a month. It's kind of like a new habit that I've been getting in of some personal development time, take some time to be with yourself, to think about things that you enjoy. I've been trying to do Bible reading, which none of my Bible-based publications are even cost. But, I bought a book on organizing your home. It's called The Home Edit. That's the most recent book I'm thinking of. I bought that. Buying one book a month, I think that actually is good for me and where I'm at. Whether that's an audio book or a physical book, I'm still going to allow myself one book per month. yeah, so that's something that I have in here is a allowance. If you like this idea, if you liked this video, if you're excited for this content, make sure you give it a thumbs up. I'm not exactly sure how I want to share these. I'm thinking probably in just update videos. So I'll say no buy update 1 or 2 or however long we're into it. But basically, I'm starting January 1st, and I'm going to be sharing content related to focusing on the things that we have, being grateful for the things that we own, and weeding out the clutter. Like, I've got a makeup declutter plan. That's the kind of stuff that I want to share. So that might be thrown into like a productive Monday, going through our kitchen, going through our closets, going through the typical stuff, getting a handle on the typical stuff. It's something that's so important to me as a mom. I want my kids, and especially during this month of January, I want my kids to see their mom as someone who appreciates what I have. Not that I'm obsessed with material possessions or that I'm obsessed with what I have and I can't lose it, but just the fact that I understand what I have is not everyone has it. And I could be without it someday, but I'm grateful for what I do have, and I'm going to take care of it because I ought to. Gratefulness, thoughtfulness. Yeah, I think that that's going to really help. I think that's going to set a really good example, and for the kids too. I think that it will help them to kind of experience that. Specifically, it'll hit them the most with the food, I think, of like eating at home, and that just being, we eat, well, get what you get, and you don't throw a fit, that's a thing. So yeah, I think it'll be great, and I'm looking forward to sharing this with you guys, and I hope you're on board with coming along with me. Anyways, it's been a long day. It's about 10:30 p.m. The kids are already tucked in. We just did a live stream earlier, so yeah, that was really fun. I'm gonna say goodnight, you guys. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss the upcoming no buy updates and information on this. And my Productive Mondays, I think a lot of people have really been enjoying those. It's kind of a different spin, more of like a conscious and thoughtful spin on being productive, and it's also very motivating to get what you need to get done for your day. All right, I'll see you all soon. Bye, guys.